Welcome back everyone for some more of my Dijon career mode on FIFA 21. And we are here at the end of Season 1. It is May 25th of 2021. And we are about ready to wrap up, which I think is one of the best Season 1s I've ever had in any career mode that I've done. I'm just falling in love with this club, and I just can't wait to go forward with this team. And before we carry on and talk about a little bit about what this team has achieved and how the players have grown and all that stuff, hopefully you guys have an awesome day today. Hopefully you guys are doing well. First things first, we are bidding farewell to our right back, who was our starting right back at the beginning of the season. Fuad Shafik, he is retiring at the end of the season, so thank you for all that you've done for the club, and hopefully you have a good post-footballing life. But we are going to go ahead and look at the table. And as you can see, we are on top of Ligue 2. Not only are we top of Ligue 2, we are Centurions. And not only are we Centurions, we are untouchables, as we got 34 wins and 4 draws out of 38 games. We finished with a whopping 90 goal differential, which is 26 points against second place Amiens, who is coming up with us, and Bordeaux will be playing, well, either Bordeaux, Nîmes, or Caen will be playing, which we'll be finding out later on because I'm going to be simming ahead. But maybe one of these teams will be in Ligue 1 with us. Who knows? Maybe ourselves and Amiens will be the only two promoted as the third best, or should I say the third worst Ligue 1 team may keep their place. You see Guingamp, who was in the title fight for a long time, ended up slipping out of the promotion picture. Pau is up there along with Niort. Clermont-Foot is a bit of a surprise, being on the lower half of the table. And for me, the big surprise is Paris FC being in the promotion relegation spot. And if relegation was a thing, Nancy and Rodez would be going down to the Championnat National. Coupe Nationale, which of course is the cup. We end up getting knocked out in the round of 16, but the final was being played on June 5th between Marseille and PSG. Just to recap, we did beat Rodez 4-0 in the opening round of 32. We ended up beating Stade de Reims 4-0. Round of 16, we ended up taking care of Troyes. Well, no, we did not take care of Troyes. Troyes took care of us. They were the team that... See, I'm so used to playing in later career modes where I'm automatically gunning for the cup, whereas this one I really didn't care because my priority was just to get back in the top division. But round of 16, we did meet that objective, which we'll talk about objectives here pretty soon, but we did get eliminated by Troyes, who ended up getting eliminated by Amiens, who ended up getting eliminated by PSG. Stade Brestois ended up getting in the semifinals, which is fair play to them. Which, not only did... should I say that they did good on the save, but in real life, they are in the Champions League. And then promotion playoff, you can see Bordeaux is against Caen, which Caen ended up knocking out Nîmes. So either Caen or Bordeaux will be taking on the third worst Ligue 1 side. International Cup, I'm not really going to... I talked about this at the halfway mark, but I'm just going to show you guys a quick recap of that. Even though we're not worried about Europe right now, I am going to show the European Cup, which I showed at the halfway point. Bayern in a thriller 4-3 against Sevilla in the Super Cup. Champions League will be contested between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid in an all-Madrid derby, which also happened in real life. Borussia Mönchengladbach takes on Villarreal in the Europa League. I keep on forgetting that there's no Conference League. That didn't come until FIFA 22. But we are going to look at stats, which I'm going to go back to the way I normally do things. I almost forgot to do this at the halfway point video. But as you can see, Artur Cabral ended up getting the most goals, 10 ahead of Guirassy. Guirassy had 22. Cabral had 32. Kojic, fantastic off the bench, 15 goals. Schwier, 13 goals. Becker, 11. Balde, 11. Elmas, 10. Most assists went to Balde with 14. Cabral with 9. So Cabral with 41 goal contributions in Ligue 2. A big reason why we're back in the top division. Shaparenko with 8. Schreier and Koryach with 7. Becker with 6. Elmas with 5. Clean sheets, Kobo with 14. He did get a bunch in the second half of the season. We ended up getting a whole lot of clean sheets throughout the second half of the season. Well, Gertner ended up getting 21, and main reason why Amiens is going up with us to Ligue 1. And you see Runarsson with 6, so we have a combined 20 clean sheets between our two goalkeepers, which is still one less than Gertner. And in Coupe Nationale, you can see Navas with the most clean sheets, Runarsson and Kobo each with 1 in the competition. Balic and Koryach end up getting the most assists despite us being knocked out in the round of 16. Actually, that's pretty impressive. And then Becker was the leading goal scorer. He was only 1 behind Neymar on the goal scoring list. Balic with 2, Vigna with 2. But yeah, not looking too bad. But we are going to go ahead. We're going to look at how Ligue 1 shaped up. PSG was 10 points ahead of Nice at the halfway point. Let's see how things changed. You can see Lyon, Marseille, Monaco, Lille going, putting at least a little bit of normalcy back in the Ligue 1 race, which PSG ended up having an identical record to us, 34 wins and 4 draws. They were untouchables as well. So whenever we meet PSG next season in Ligue 1, it's got to be the match of the untouchables. The untouchables in Ligue 1 versus the ones in Ligue 2. But you can see Nice dropped down to 7. Montpellier dropped down to 10th. Lens ended up bouncing up a little bit. Rennes in mid-table, which is a bit disappointing for them. But you could see if relegation was a thing, Brest and Le Havre would end up going straight down. So even though Brest are playing in the Champions League in real life, they're going to be in Ligue 2 in the save starting in Season 2. Toulouse will be playing against Bordeaux for the right to find out who's playing in Ligue 1 and who's playing in Ligue 2. Metz escapes the relegation picture alongside Auxerre, which Auxerre were in the automatic relegation spots at the halfway point. So fair play on them to surviving. But we're going to take a look at objectives. You can see we are not in the green, and the big reason why is because of this one right here, which we did not keep player salary growth under 20%, which, like I said at the beginning, when it comes to these type of objectives, I just pretty much just, unless it's something that I know that I can control, I normally just avoid these if I can. We did get the youth ones very early on. Brand exposure, we got this a little bit early in the second half of the season. I got this right after the halfway point video. You can see we got at least one goal in twice as many games as what the board wanted us to. We reached around the 16 in the cup, and we did gain automatic promotion as champions. And now we're going to be looking at the Youth Academy, which the Youth Academy is trimmed down quite a bit. Because we end up promoting a bunch of people, we also let go of some people. I'm just going to show you guys like measurements and stuff like that, and then I'm going to show you guys development. Of course, anybody you want to look at, you just go ahead and pause the video. I'll work on skill moves. I'll make them 5-star, 5-star. Why not? Doesn't really matter for CDM because they're more or less like a more advanced center back. We'll keep Bilal Walid on that plan. 2 weeks under Poacher. I'll go ahead and put that on him. And then we're going to recap transfers, which there really wasn't a whole lot going on. There's not really a whole... As a matter of fact, the only transfer we made in the entire transfer window was Gilbert, our high potential center back, going to Fenerbahce on loan. And then I showed you guys the moves I made in the halfway point video. But yeah, this team, you can see our front three are all 80 rated, which is absolutely fantastic. My personal goal next year in the league is to finish in the top half of the table at the very least, but I would not be surprised at all if this team ends up competing for a European spot, because my Venezia career mode, my opening team and my career mode was weaker than this, and they managed to finish third in a tougher league, so who knows what this team is capable of doing next year. My lowest rated players are Shaparenko, Elmas, and Quaresma, and every one of those guys have grown by 4 this year, so... And you see our backup team is looking just as good for it being a backup team, though I will say we are going to have to, unfortunately, say goodbye to both Amalfitano and Alphonse. They are both 31 years of age. And I'm kind of hesitant to letting them go because my backup team performs. This is one of the best backup teams I've ever managed, and I kind of don't want to break up the rhythm of these guys, but at the same time, though, I don't want my guys starting to drop an overall. And I know Amalfitano will start dropping like a brick starting next season, and Alphonse may, if anything, he'll probably just stay at a 69, but he's not going to reach a 70, so... Both those guys are unfortunately going to be on their way out. We are going to be bringing a new backup centerman and a new backup right back. As far as everybody else, I'm keeping everybody else. So, next season, the transfer window is going to be a bit boring. But, we're going to go ahead and look at stats. I'm going to actually make those transfers off camera here, because I still have $97 million in the... budget. I'll just do that before, and then beginning of next episode, we'll actually be going in the second season altogether. But you can see 39 goals, 9 assists, and 32 appearances for Cabral. Kojic, 20 and 12 and 21. Absolutely fantastic seasons from both these guys. 15 and 10 and 30 for Schwier. If there's anybody in particular you want to look at, you can just go ahead and pause the video. But my God, these guys have been absolutely fantastic. Like I said, this is one of the best, if not the best, season ones I've had in the career mode in recent memory. And this is going to end up being a special career mode. I can just feel it. But you can see a lot of good growth on my team. You can see Ndong at a 78. Dworley is at a 77, so he's giving Ndong some good competition for that CDM spot. And both of them getting some good game time, too. Ndong, 36 appearances, and Dworley, 31 appearances. So both of them are putting their stamp on this team. Quite a bit of growth on my guys, which Jolivet is already grown by 8. He's at a 66 already during his time at Almeria. You see Shafiq has dropped by 5. He is retiring at the end of the season. But yeah, a lot of my team has grown by 4, and that goes down to how good this team has performed in Ligue 2. Getting 34 wins out of 38 and having an undefeated season. I can't ask any more of these guys. And you can see some of the Youth Academy graduates, which I hope are going to be going out on loan here. You can see Runerson getting a clean sheet every other game. Alphonse will be saying goodbye to him alongside Amalfitano. Van Housden, it's not Van Housden or Hoysden or however I said it. It is Van Housden according to Derek Ray. So I do apologize for pronouncing his name wrong. Of course, Coble, 16. He's getting a clean sheet every other game too. So he had a little bit of a slow start, if you want to call it that, in his career mode. But he's developing quite nicely. We are going to look at development plans. Again, if there's anybody in particular we're going to look at, you can just go ahead and pause the video. Runerson only has a potential of 72. He's going to be 74 in a couple weeks. Oh. Hope I pushed the right button. Tavares, fantastic season. Bakary, fantastic season. I can't really say anybody in this team has been even meh. All these guys have been absolutely superb. Every one of these guys here has done everything that I would want them to do. I mean, they've stepped up tremendously I'll keep that one on. Pascal. I'll put defensive center back on. Charbonnier. Okay, Kirkes, how long it's going to take? About 10 weeks. Gilbert, a week to reach a 67. I'll be happy with that. Tomiyasu, pretty much to Dijon as what Shigeru was to Venezia, has not put a foot wrong. Alfonso's are his final stats because he will be leaving next season. Shafiq, those are his final stats before he retires. And Dong, looks like you're going to take 76 weeks to reach a 79. Whereas, I'm thinking sometime next year, Dorley will end up replacing Ndong as my new starting CDM. Grandjean. He's actually been growing pretty. He started out growing slow, but he's been pulling his weight. You can see Malfitano. Those are his final stats before we move him on. Beginning next season. A Youth Academy graduate from Egypt. I'll put that plan on him. Let's see. Shaparenko. Looks like it's going to take you 10 weeks. We'll keep the box-to-box on you. Elmas, looks like it's going to take you 14 under Playmaker. We'll keep that plan on you. And then we're going to look at our wingers here. Again, anybody in particular you want to look at, you can just go ahead and pause the video. Balic, fantastic season. Kind of an unsung hero. And he doesn't get quite the... His stats don't really cover him glory, but I'm telling you, he's among the better backup wingers I've had. Same with Geraldo Becker. And you can see Schwier and Balde both at an 80. And Cabral is also at an 80. Let's see, it's going to take a couple weeks for Koljic. I do want to improve his skill moves and his pace a little bit, so I'll put that plan on him. And it looks like it's going to take him 17 weeks on OK form to reach an 81, so I'm very happy with that. And we did get Manager of the Month award too again, so we have at least 3 Manager of the Month awards. And Arthur Cabral, not only won the Sharpshooter award, but he is the player of Ligue 2 this season. Another shout out of Cabral. You can see Garassi ended up getting Player of the Month. Bunch of our players got Player of the Week. Kobo, Tavares, Tomiyasu, Schwier, Shaparenko. Team of the Tournament, let's see. None of our guys got Team of the Tournament. I will never understand why EA does that, especially since we were so dominant in the league. But we are going to go ahead and we're going to sim forward. I'm going to go ahead and save. And I am going to sim forward because I do want to see who gets promoted. And we will also look again at the European tables because I do want to see who wins the Champions League and the Europa League. Even though that really has nothing to do with us. Okay, youth squad report, we've already looked at that. I'm going to save one more time. And we're going to sim forward. We're going to sim to the 6th because that's when everything should be wrapping up. First things first, we're going to see if anybody else is joining ourselves in Amiens in Ligue 1. And Bordeaux is indeed coming up with us. They are going to be supplanting, or should I say usurping, Toulouse. They are coming up with us, and that kind of makes me happy considering the dire straits that this club is in right now. I don't know where I know they're not competing in Ligue 2 anymore. They're competing in the lower divisions. I just don't remember exactly where, but Nice to see Bordeaux coming up alongside ourselves in Amiens. Champions League, which was won by Real Madrid, beating Atletico 2-0. No real surprise there. And Europa League was won by Villarreal, 3-2 triumph over Mönchengladbach. If I'm not mistaken, Unai Emery was manager of Villarreal when this FIFA was made, so not any real surprise there, which I actually pushed the button there. But yeah, that is where I'm going to call it for this video. Let me see if anything else. Okay, Reaper ended up getting Player of the Month despite his team getting knocked out early in the promotion playoffs. Again, none of our guys are getting respect at all, despite us having an undefeated season. Not gonna lie, that kind of makes me mad a little bit. Neymar ended up getting Coupe National Player of the Tournament. So PSG beats, which I didn't show this, PSG did beat Marseille in the Coupe National 2-1. But that is where I'm going to call it, and I'm actually thinking about getting a new backup center mid and a new backup right back even before I begin Season 2 here. But next time I see you guys, we will probably be starting things off here at 29, and we're going to be stepping ahead to the next season, and we'll be finding out together objectives and what our transfer budget is, which our transfer budget's not going to mean squat, because I really don't plan on doing any business at all. Other than sending some of my guys out on loan and getting rid of some of my deadweight players, but my team, I really don't want to touch besides those couple that I mentioned, Amalfitano and Alphonse. But the rest of this team I'm going to keep and just see how they perform in Ligue 1 next season. And hope you guys are excited as I am. You can see Quaresma and Van Housden are both at a 77. I'm going to go ahead and look at their plans here real quick before I end the video. But yeah, hope you guys are looking forward to seeing what Season 2 has in store for us in our first season back in Ligue 1. It should be rather exciting, and I'll talk more about that at the beginning of Season 2, which will be at the, which of course is the next episode. I hope you guys are looking forward to that. And again, I'm pushing the wrong button because that's just how I am. We'll keep that one on, and both of them should reach a 78 in relatively short time. But I do thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. Like I said before, I have a feeling this is going to be a very special career mode, and I can't wait to see how this team looks going forward. And I will see you guys again next time.